And we're back. So, looks like the number 3 is a cursed number for us because we ended up wasting what could have been the 3rd win in a row last time out on Monza. Now, fortunately, it went to David Coulthard, and the guy has been long out of the championship fight. But that effectively means that now we only have 19 points from Irvine, with 2 races to spare. And of course, I would have liked a little bit more points because I could have actually wrapped up the title if here, but yeah, I have no idea if actually, I think I still can, maybe, but I honestly have no idea. Now that with 19 points, I don't know if I actually wrap up the title here at the Luxembourg Grand Prix. The last time this race was ever known as the Luxembourg Grand Prix, because after that it'll be known as the European Grand Prix up until 2007. But yeah, as I stated, only 2 races remain, and not gonna lie, I am a little scared. I am a little scared of potentially choking this one away, but let's see what's going to happen. So, see you after qualifying. We've just done and got the car in pole position. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like my actual first pole position the entire year. So this could have gone at a better time. In the meantime, we're pitting on lap 14, basically the alpha point of the race. So yeah, let's not waste this opportunity. Okay. Okay, with 2 lights, 3 lights, 4, 5. And we're off at the Nürburgring. Okay, good launch. Here comes turn 1. We're gonna keep it behind. Are people going to retire? And the answer looks to be no, surprisingly. Actually, no, there is somebody who retired, but no, actually, no, never mind. In the meantime, Hakkinen is in 2nd, and Michael Schumacher is in 3rd. Irvine is down in 5th. The position really gonna come at a better time. Now let's try and actually win this goddamn thing. As I'm recording this, I'm uploading the first video of the series I'm doing. I've decided to start on the 2008 mod for this game. Now, I know I said that I want to do another 2001 instead, but I thought since I have to cover that, since I eventually have to cover it for this season, for this series, I thought a better alternative would be the 2008 mod because I'm not covering it in any way, shape, or form. So, what better way to cover that one separately from all the series? In the meantime, that was lap number 1. And that's terrible. Okay. For the real race, this one was won by Mika Häkkinen, and one thing that I forgot to mention, if I remember correctly, at the Italian Grand Prix, Schumacher, by winning it, him and Häkkinen were tied on points, if I'm not being mistaken. And this race was basically, I want to say that this race was basically Michael throwing away the free win at Belgium, coming back to haunt him, because Häkkinen went on to win this race, get himself 10 points, and after that we all know what happened in Japan. But, and as I stated, this is the last race with the name Luxembourg Grand Prix, because from 1999 up until 2007, fast lap of the race in the meantime, it was the host of the European Grand Prix. Then it went to Valencia, and, well, we all know how well that went. Speaking of, the organizer slash mayor of Madrid has stated that the track is not gonna cost the citizen a dime, and I believe it was El Diario. There was a site, I don't remember if it was eldiario.es, but there was a site that said, you know, Valencia said the same thing and ended up costing people $300 million. Because the story goes that, the story is, the company that was supposed to organize the race, Valmore Sports, ended up not spending a single dime, and all the money that was spent for the hosting fees, to build everything and all that, was built by a public company owned by the state. So for these purposes, the race was organized with public money, and that, as I'm pretty sure everybody knows, ended up setting the city back a decade. Sent the city of Valencia back a decade. And apparently they only, in the last couple of years, only managed to finish paying a loan that they took to organize the race. Yeah, it took them 11 years to actually pay it. But then again, the story of the Valencia Street Circuit is like a very, very, well, I would say sad one, because number one, it was pretty clear that Valencia didn't want this track to begin with, and they only got it because of politics. But also interesting because, yeah, I mean...
You have a 6-second gap over the car behind. 6 seconds.
And also sad because when you're gonna see a racetrack fall... Oh shit. Into decay as quickly as the Valencia Street Circuit did. Please tell me that's new fast lap of the race, by the way. Maybe it should be. It's purple, so it should be. And it is. Nice. But also interesting because basically with that race, everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. But yeah, in the meantime... So, as I stated... Actually, one thing that I'm going to do for 1999... While I said that all the series will be its own continuity, will be all... it won't be a continuous series, for reasons I've already explained. I think I'm going to keep Lucas around for the rest of the series. More as a, I guess, guest star than anything else. And I'm probably going to keep him stuck at Williams because, well, why wouldn't I? I mean, it's supposed to be a guest star, so.
You're pulling out a second a lap on the car behind.
And also that effectively means that yes, once 1999 is done, Calais will remain a Jaguar, and then Red Bull until we enter 2007. In the meantime, yeah, I am just straight up pulling away from a Hakkinen. Right then. And I'm not doing the same thing for the older, the pre-1996 series, so it's only for this series. There we go. This morning, Mercedes have revealed the delivery for 2026, and not gonna lie, it's actually really good. Okay, I know it's been years they've stuck with black and silver, but holy shit, it looks awesome. That's... Ooh, somebody's out. Somebody's DNF'd. It is a genuinely good-ass livery. And so much so, I'm actually making it as my favorite. And actually, that's a good thing, considering that once the F126 DLC drops, I want to do career mode with Mercedes. So, thank God I actually got a pretty looking car. And if I remember correctly, next up should be Ferrari. To which, I mean, of course it's gonna be red, but let's see if it's gonna... Well, I want to say they're probably not I mean, they're going to add white because of HP. But maybe they could add blue. I mean, at this point, it should be clear to Ferrari that adding white to your cars brings bad luck. So at least I would hope they decide to bring at least some blue because of HP. But honestly, I would not be surprised if still not bringing white in. And also, I realized that, I mean, the overalls do have white, so yeah, they're probably going to stick with white anyway. Which sucks, because I'm pretty sure everybody will love to see a red and blue Ferrari. I mean, just look at the reaction when they revealed the special livery for the Miami GP last year. But yeah, right now, I don't want to say that Mercedes is my overall favorite, but of all the teams they're shown, it's definitely up in the top 3. So I want to say Red Bull, Mercedes, Toyota, VCarb, and of course Audi at in last place. Then after Ferrari, I believe it should be Alpine, and then Cadillac.
Currently have a 10-second gap to the car behind.
I think.
Pushing.
And apparently McLaren are not going to do a delivery until official winter testing begins. To which, why? But whatever, I guess. And also, what ended up in the Alpine livery got leaked because they were doing testing. But I don't know. I mean, if Audi can reveal the delivery months before and then say, let's just slap the sponsors and call it a day, I guess I could have to consider that livery the official one. But in the meantime, 10 seconds from Häkkinen. Okay, and I got like stupid amounts of fuel, so... But then again, remember what you did at Monza and Germany? So shut up until you actually finish the race. Also, these are going to be the last 2 races. This one in Japan are going to be the last 2 races where I do the points manually, because from 1999 onwards, I'm going to have the game. I'm going to run the championships in Grand Prix mode. So yeah, that's gonna save me a little bit of time.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by half a second per lap.
I mean, not that doing the things manually for this season was difficult, considering that pretty much it was always the same guys that scored, except that stretch where Salandinets got points, and of course Takagi got those points, and now Herbert got those points yesterday. But still, considering how long these races take on average to do, speeding things up, streamlining things a little bit would be a welcome change of pace. Oh shit, okay. Okay. So 20 laps to go. We're about to approach the pit window. Okay. The 2008 thing is gonna go alternate with the Chemical Creative Saga. Because I want to clear these series as fast as possibly can. Okay. And the chicane. Okay. There we go. 4 laps before our pit. No, 3 laps before the pit window because we're lapping at lap 14. Honestly, I'm sort of tempted of doing a series on the 2020 mod for this game. Just to, you know, have to personally feel, if it doesn't be exactly the same thing, the 2020 cars at the Nürburgring. Although, I mean, for this purposes, now that Portima just got made, there's all the tracks that the extra tracks used in the 2020 season, bar Mugello, and again, I have no idea if. I mean, for all I know, that's gonna be it's probably being replaced by Malaysia, but Sepang. But I have no idea if. Oh shit. Okay. That was stupid. But I have no idea if the modding community Discord is working on Mugello. I would hope they are, because, you know, that would be pretty cool. Doing the job the Codemasters couldn't, or wouldn't. But, yeah. In the meantime, we're about to pit in a lap. Okay. Right then. Oh shit, not again. As for the career mode stuff, the 2041 career mode, I am actually reworking the rosters.
Come into the pit to the end of this lap.
Because there's a lot of drivers that I want to use, and I want a strong lineup for the first year and then build on from there. Okay. It's going to include all the drivers that I've used in the Formula 1 series that I've done, in the Formula 1 videos that I've done on this channel. So, including the protagonist of this series. Hey.
We're ready for you. Box in this lap.
Okay. Into the pits we go. Alright then. So, okay, people are pitting, except Irvine, of course. You're gonna go for one more lap, I would assume. And, there we go. And this indeed Irvine. He goes through.
There's some traffic at the pit exit. Watch out.
And here comes Villeneuve, charging like a madman.
You have no more scheduled pit stops, so look after your tyres.
Alright.
You're on the slower tyre, but you're maintaining the gap to the car ahead, so we're very happy. This is good.
Okay. As I stated, it's going to include all the characters that I've used in the Formula 1 series, in the Formula 1 series that I've done, in the Formula 1 videos that I've done on the channel. So Homura, Sigurd, Gary, May, all these guys, as well as all the protagonists of this series. I mean, I technically already sort of spoiled how am I going to make the characters, what is the criteria of choosing the characters, so it shouldn't come as a surprise. I mean, Lucas Lundin is here because being based off of Selef from Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War,
Our data's showing that the car ahead's likely to be running
I picked Lucas to be the protagonist of 1998 because
slower than normal.
he's based off of Selef from Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War, and at the time of the mod setting, at the time in 1998, the most recent Fire Emblem game was Genealogy, so here's Lucas. And since I don't want to use his father Ricard or Sigurd, that's Lucas. So for 1999, I'm going to use Kelly Sandel, aka Leaf, who's from Fire Emblem Free 776, because 1999 was the year of release of Free 776. And it will be characters from Fresh 776 up until 2002, when I'm going to pick a character from Fire Emblem 6, which was the game that was released in 2002. Then another character then a bunch of characters for 2003, and from FE7 for 2004, and then characters from Path of Radiance, Aryan Dawn from 2005, 05, 06, and 7. So there you go, fast love of the race.
Slower traffic ahead. Be careful when overtaking. They should let you through.
Okay. We're about to approach the lap cars. That's a minority up ahead. And actually, I think we might wrap up the title anyway if Irvine actually doesn't... You know what, I'm gonna do something that I've never done, that is to check where Race is in 4th, so that'll be 12 points. We are winning 19. I think we will be champions by the... Hold on a minute. Alright, math done. So, it's 13 points between me and Irvine, if he stays in 4th. And adding those to the 19 that we already have, it'll be 32. So essentially means that, yeah, if Irvine stays in 4th, we will win the championship. But I'm pretty sure even if he stays in 3rd, basically he doesn't have to finish 2nd to win. Basically, the guy does not have to finish lower than 2nd to keep the championship alive. And speaking of the devil, he's just got himself in 3rd. So that will be 29, of course. So yeah, Irvine has to finish 2nd to keep the championship alive. And somebody retired. So basically, for this purposes, it all depends on Irvine. If he wants to, if he's actually going to keep the championship to Suzuka, or if he's going to completely screw this one up. But in the meantime, 12 laps to go. This has to be easily, and now he's up to 2nd. Which means that we could potentially have the championship at Suzuka. But anyway. Alright, nice and easy. Actually, no, wait, hold on a minute. Actually, turns out that Irvine has to finish ahead of me. Because turns out that no matter what he finish, if I win the race, I win the championship. And this is exactly what we're doing. We even scored a fast lap of the race. To which all the worries that I had coming into this video were all for nothing. Past Barrichello we go. I mean, if it was still, actually, I have no idea. If actually, I have no idea how the points would have looked like if we were still using the points from 1998. So only top 6 score points. But yeah, if I win the race, which is not all that assured, because look what happened at Monza. Then Suzuka basically becomes a fight for the constructors. Unless that's also already decided, which I would assume it potentially is. But I don't know. I actually haven't capped the constructors' points at all this entire thing. I'm going to do them only after this is all said and done. But I can already say it's either McLaren or Ferrari. It's McLaren and Ferrari in the first 2 positions, and then Williams in third. Then potentially Benetton in 4th, then Jordan in 5th, and then we got Arrows. Arrows, Sauber, and Tyrrell. Sauber because actually no, I think it would be Tyrrell instead of Tyrrell ahead of Sauber, because Takagi scored 2 points, while Alesi and Sauber has 2 points, but only because one for Alesi and one for Herbert. But Takagi got 2 on 2 just for himself. He got 2 just by himself. In any case, this is gonna be fast lap of the race, and indeed it is. Okay. Almost 20 seconds the gap from Irvine. But at this point, that's to effectively hope in a miracle. And the miracle being me screwing up. But in the meantime, did we already pass Panis? Is this truly? I think we did pass Panis already. No, that's an Arrows, never mind. And I believe that's Dini? No. Is that Dini's? Yep, it is. Yeah, there we go. Seven to go. There we go. I've also recorded the third race of Formula AS, and I guess all you need to know is that tomorrow I'm going to record the 1980 mod for the second channel, so that should tell you how the race went. Okay. Yeah, alright then. And 7 laps to go. We didn't save fuel once. But it wasn't fair, we never needed to save fuel. We were fast as it is, so... Honestly, it actually feels kind of refreshing to do some series without any kind of gimmicks. I mean, I'm technically still going to have a gimmick in 1999, but still, it's not as transformative as my usual shit is. So, ooh, that's a tear roll. I think that's damn it. I mean, I have enough fuel as it is. Well, there goes my advantage. At least one cool thing about the older games is the fact they didn't bother you about the delta. But, okay, safety car it is. Although one bad thing is the fact that now you're pretty much forced to deal with it. You're pretty much forced to actually have to run the whole safety car period. And here we are. And now we have to wait for everyone to bunch up. So this is going to take a little while. Oh, and apparently, they're returning to the Mercedes safety car. I mean, so it's not gonna be an Aston Martin anymore, to which, okay, doesn't really matter, but still. Okay, people are bunching up. If this was Championship Edition, I would be worried about the AI going dive bombing into turn 1 and potentially kicking me out of the race. I'd say Championship Edition, but also on the original game, F106, the AI is pretty kamikaze. So I guess they were a little bit more crazier in 2006 than they are now. But we do have a bunch of lapped cars. We do have Dennis and Barrichello, I think it is. And no Michael Massey, so no issues. Nobody's gonna do a Abu Dhabi 2021. But yeah, I guess now we can go rich mix once we go back to green for the entire race. The screen shake is so...
No overtaking allowed.
I know that, Jeff. Thanks for the tip.
Safety car is
Okay.
this lap.
Alright. With it's coming up,
Okay, let's get some temperature into those tyres before the restart. Tyre temps are low.
back to rich mix. Safety car back in before to go. And of course, this is not NASCAR. We can overtake the pace, the safety car before crossing the line.
DRS is being enabled this lap. Remember, we can use DRS.
And of course, Dennis is ahead of Irvine, so he's gonna deal with him first.
We think the car behind is running on full revs. He's trying to close the gap.
Of course, Irvine trying his absolute hardest to catch up to me. But we also have full revs and plenty of fuel, and plenty of extra fuel, so all we have to do is just don't screw up before to go. Into what eventually became the Schumacher S. Speaking of this track, this is something that happened a couple of years ago, and I was playing GT Sport Online, and I was sharing a lobby with a guy from Veloce Esports, the sim racing team that was founded by Jean-Eric Verne. Oh shit. I think it was Verne, Jean-Eric Verne who founded that. It was an esport. It was the esports team that also Araba worked for, if I remember correctly. Basically, there was this guy from Veloce, and he qualified in first. And want to know who was right behind them? Me. It was me. I was like 5 seconds off the pace from him, but I actually felt a little proud knowing that I was best of the rest. It was a professional driver, and there was a professional driver in first, and then there was me. I don't think I actually managed to finish that race. And I was doing pretty fine on my own. I was leading, technically leading, because of course, no way I wasn't going to catch up the professional. And I was doing fine on my own, but then I got spun out, and I don't remember what happened. I think I quit. Either quit or the lobby shut out, but I did not finish the race. And it was at this track at GT Sport. And to this day, I guess I can call it my greatest achievement in online racing of any kind. The fact that I qualified second right behind a professional sim racer. Also because after that I never played online ever again, and I still don't play online games. Not just racing games, I don't play online games in general. Like, I tried Phantasy Star Online 2 because a friend asked me to. I did play for a little while, then just dropped it because it's an MMO, and of course, MMO are grind as fuck, and I'm not a fan of grinding out hours and hours and hours just for minimal gain. And also the other thing is that I'm on a pad, so no real reason to be online when likely half of the guys you're facing in the lobby have wheels. Either have wheels or use pads but with no assists. So no real reason for me to actually...
Between you and the car behind is 3 seconds.
No real reason for me to race online. But in the meantime, around the hairpin, and it's going to be final lap, 1 lap to go here at the Luxembourg Grand Prix. Eddie Irvine is 3.5 seconds away from us. Into the arena section. Which of course wasn't a thing in 1998, I believe it was a thing in 2002. So we don't have to wait long for it to become accurate. So same thing for Hockenheim. Into the hairpin. Up the hill into Schumacher S. There we go. Into the corner that caused me to drop that GT Sport race I just mentioned. The Coca-Cola Curve, I think it is. No, Coca-Cola versus the Chicane Head. Never mind. We take it a little wide, but it doesn't matter. 3.7 seconds. Irvine cannot do anything. He tried, he fought, but at the end he's going to come up short around the chicane and the final corner, and we are going to win the Luxembourg Grand Prix, and most importantly, we are going to be the 1998 Formula 1 World Champions.
Race. Congratulations on the win. That's 25 points.
And so we win the Luxembourg Grand Prix and win the Formula 1, the 1998 World Champions. Of course, we need confirmations, but we need confirmation for that, but it's going to come up a little bit later. But we should be champions from the calculations that I did. Eddie Irvine comes up in second. Michael Schumacher is in third. David Coulthard is in fourth. Jacques Villeneuve is in fifth. Then it's Giacomo Fisichella, Alexander Wurz, Mika Salo goes into points for the first time in a little while. Ralf Schumacher is in ninth, and surprise, surprise, Jean Alesi took him 14 races, but he's finally scored another point. 14-15 races to finally, no, 14 because of the race, because I'm pretty sure he scored points at Melbourne, and then he never did anything after that. But yeah, Alesi finally in the points. For DNFs, Peter Dennis. Ooh. Oh boy, Häkkinen out of the race. And I think that settles the battle for fourth. But yeah, Nakano of course wins last car because, well, technically the one who wins last car is Tuero because it's last of the finishers. And so Dennis, Takagi, Häkkinen, and Nakano out of the race. And now time to do the standings and see if I'm actually the champion. I should be. if I'm not, the whole bit is gonna be pretty fucking embarrassing. But I should be the champion. We will see, and we will see in a few seconds. So, see you later. And so, confirmation that we are indeed the 1998 World Champions by 28 points over Eddie Irvine. We have a 28-point gap now from Eddie Irvine, who also himself got a 50-point gap from David Coulthard. So, for the purposes, first and second are locked up. And turns out that I had a 21-point gap from Irvine coming into this race instead of a 19. So, yeah, that was a big math fail on my part, but it doesn't change the fact that Irvine needed to finish ahead of me to keep the championship alive, and it still doesn't change the fact that I needed to win to close the championship, to which we did. So there we go. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. And as I said, we got a battle for third. David Coulthard with 210, Michael Schumacher is in fourth with 208, and Mika Hakkinen is at 193. With the DNF, he drops down all the way down to 5th, as we stated. Jacques Villeneuve is in 6th. Giancarlo Fisichella and Alexander Wurz swap places again. This time is Fisichella in the lead of this intra-team battle by 2 points. Damon Hill is in 9th. Ralf Schumacher is in 10th. So both Jordans are going to finish in the top 10. Dennis Picassalo in 11th. He is in double digits. Then it's Pyrenees Jean Alesi, who finally scored another point, tied with Takagi, but he's ahead of Takagi because of a better scoring, because of a better finishing position. And Johnny Herbert rounds up the point scorer down in 15th. So, yeah, now we can go to Japan, to Suzuka, without much care in the world. I know it's a major anticlimax, but still, I don't care. I'm actually going because in all fairness, I haven't raced at Suzuka. I don't know how Suzuka feels in this game. So knowing that I can race there without having to worry about anything else, it's honestly a good thing. So yeah, but of course we need to keep an eye on the fight for third. But yeah. Tomorrow will be the finale of the 1998 season, and then on Saturday will be the beginning of the 1999 season with Carlos Sandell at Stewart. We all know all the stuff, but yeah, for this video, this is gonna be it. If you liked it, give it a like. And if you see more content like this, hit subscribe and click on the notification bell so you get the next video drops. And I have nothing else to say other than see you next video, everybody. This is Alpha, signing out.